Welcome to the new look Grampian Mountains Diecast Racing track, folks. My name is Charlotte, and I have been brought in to keep Tom and Travis in check and keep things family-friendly on this show.
I'm taking over from Tom Charlotte. Just kidding. I am pretty annoying, aren't I?
Yes, you are, Finn. Travis and I are here to stay, but we're really excited to be joined by Charlotte, who I hear is a motorsports sensation here in the UK.
Looking forward to working with you, Charlotte.
Thanks, boys. I'm really excited to be here on this fresh look track. I know the construction teams have been working tirelessly.
Well, there's loads more to come too. The diggers are laying the foundation for new spectator stands as we speak.
Yeah, the track is looking awesome. We've got a huge international rally tournament coming to the Grampian Mountains in the spring, so we've had a lot of investment.
I'm buzzing for that, man. It's going to be epic.
Enough about the future. Let's meet today's racers, shall we?
Little Phil is hitting the track in this black VW Golf GTI.
Small but mighty.
We will see, Travis.
Next up, it's Crazy Dave, who is no stranger to XR Diecast Racing in his beautiful red Audi Quattro.
That wide body kit could be dangerous.
That's why they call him Crazy. Mark Skidmore is driving this sweet little blue Honda Civic EF.
Last up, we have Hans Brake in this gorgeous blue Ford.
Hey, Charlotte. I know you're like a motorsports sensation and all, but you've got to know the car model.
Yeah, and the fellas at home won't like you calling cars gorgeous.
Chill, boys. I know what I am doing.
Oh, I really wish the producers hadn't told me I couldn't use my catchphrase anymore.
That wasn't your catchphrase, Travis. You stole it from Michael Scott after binge-watching The Office.
Boys, you've been told to focus more on the racing and stop arguing. Let's go.
Let's go indeed, Charlotte. Hans Brake has pulled out in front already, and it looks like Crazy Dave's wide body is struggling with these narrow lanes.
Yeah, that's got to be annoying for Mark Skid. Little Phil is keeping up the pace, though.
Keeping up the pace, yes, but certainly not applying any pressure.
Beautiful little drift from him there, though.
You spoke too soon, Travis. Little Phil has lost control.
Never mind, Little Phil, Tom. What the heck happened to Hans after the finish line?
He must have put the accelerator down instead of the brake.
Typical Ford driver.
Cheers, guys. Well, what a cruddy start for Crazy Dave.
Just a bit.
Did the man not read the track measurements? I mean, what a rookie mistake fitting that silly wide body kit. Producer Joe is telling me in my earpiece that it was checked before the race, and it was only just within regulations. But maybe someone needs to rethink the regulations, because if I were Mark Skidmore, I'd be pushing for a rematch.
Thanks for the race recap, Charlie.
I'd say it was more of a rant, but I agree. Silly body kit, and he should get points deducted.
What about Hans Brake and his failure to, well, use the handbrake?
Travis, do you pull the handbrake to bring your car to a stop, buddy?
Did the joke go over your head, Tom?
No, but...
All right, boys, knock it out. Mark Skidmore is bottom of the scoreboard, but he moves out in front on the next lap. Let's go.
Alrighty, Mark Skidmore. Let's see what you're made of, little fella.
I think we haven't seen the best of Little Phil yet.
Why?
Apparently, he's well known in the underground street racing scene and wanted to go legit.
Well, he's currently tailgating Mark's Honda, and Crazy Dave's slow cornering is now holding Hans up.
Little Phil really ain't playing, is he?
He's certainly doing more skidding than Mark Skidmore.
Yet again, you spoke too soon, Tommy boy.
He's literally still skidding, and oh my gosh, where did Hans come from?
What an incredible overtake. That Mustang is rapid, man.
That was a close finish, though.
Close, but a clear win for Hans's Mustang.
Indeed it was, Tom. Okay, Charlie, what's your verdict at the halfway point?
Well, Charlotte, it looks like Little Phil is the only racer that will escape the slow start behind Crazy Dave. What an incredible recovery from Hans Brake, though, pushing into second place from last after being stuck behind him. I think he will continue to impress in the second half, and things will get close between Little Phil and Mark Skidmore.
Thanks, Charlie, for your perspective, mate.
Oh, I see. So we get called boys, and Charlie gets mate.
You do act like boys, Travis.
She's got a point, man.
Whatever.
Anyway, Hans has a 2-point lead at the halfway mark, and things are not looking so good for Crazy Dave, who has a mere 3 points. The two with the most points will proceed to the final.
Let's go to lap 3, men.
Is that supposed to be a promotion?
Crikey, Travis, mate, you're a sensitive one, aren't you?
Wow.
Okay, here we go, Little Phil. Now is your time to shine, buddy.
To shine or to die?
Maybe a little dramatic, Travis.
You were saying, Tom?
What the heck?
What are the odds? He literally flipped out of Hans Brake's way.
I am just in shock, Charlotte. I wonder if anyone will make it past the wreckage.
I just hope little old Phil survives his little old wreckage.
Poor guy.
Well, I think Hans would have taken this lap anyway.
I agree, Tom. Well, that was an epic crash from Little Phil. That sharp turn on the inside was just too much for his little Golf. Nice, easy lap for Hans Brake, and well, bad luck to everyone else. But they all sucked anyway.
Not quite the words I would have used, Charlie, but I guess you're not wrong.
You know me from our time on the WRC, Charlotte. I'm never wrong.
Ouch. These two gave Little Phil a pretty good push through the chicane until they stopped.
They gave him a good push, didn't they? They put their careers before his little life.
Just the kind of passion we need in this sport.
Crazy, but you are all absolutely right. You've got to be fearless to win it.
Let's see the scoreboard before the final lap. Hans Brake is now guaranteed a place in the final, but there's still all to race for with the second place in the final.
I think it's going to be a close call, Tom. Little Phil will be back on the outside lane this time and could get ahead.
It depends how much skidding around we get in the lovely wet British mud, doesn't it?
Yep.
It's starting to warm up now, so the ground isn't as hard. Anyway, let's go to the final lap.
Hans Brake moves out into the pole position, and Little Phil has a slight advantage over Mark starting in
I
front.
really hope we aren't heading for a draw here.
Possibly. I'm a little worried about this spectator that has been laying in the snow this whole time.
Yeah, she's been there a while.
She never did make it to the donuts. Mark is falling behind.
Oh my gosh, Hans has spun out and Phil is moving in.
Congratulations on the new home, Phil.
Wait a minute, here comes Mark.
What an overtake.
That was hot.
Hans isn't conceding though.
Yeah, he's having none of it. Little Phil almost took back second place.
Well, as you know, Tom almost is not good enough.
Yep.
Well, that was an event-filled race, guys.
You can say that again.
There's been a lot of slipping about in the wet mud today after heavy rainfall last night, but Hans Brake in particular did well to stop anyone from exploiting that when he struggled to regain control of his vehicle. Top racing with a pretty unexpected overtake from Mark towards the end.
Thanks, Charlie, and as we can see, Crazy Dave's Quattro didn't make it out of the first turn.
Okay, let's see who has taken that second place spot.
Mark Skidmore narrowly avoided a tie with Little Phil after that overtake just before the final turn. Hans Brake tops this group with an impressive 18 points, and Mark goes through to the final alongside him, despite being a whole 9 points behind.
Well done, boys. What a great start to this mini tournament. Welcome back to XR Diecast Racing, folks, and thank you for joining us at the Grampian Mountains for Group 2 of this rally event.
Yes, welcome back, guys, and it's great to see more and more spectators around the track. Last week saw Hans Brake's Mustang score a landslide victory after winning 3 of 4 laps, and Mark Skidmore's Honda Civic narrowly avoid a tie with Little Phil and his VW Golf GTI.
Yeah, that was a close one, Tom. First up today is Dr. Bill, who is hitting the track in this light blue custom Ford Maverick.
Ooh, I love me some chunky tires.
Whatever floats your boat, Charlotte. Put your sunglasses on to look at this bright green paintwork.
She's a shiny one, Tom.
That's what. Never mind.
Good boy, Travis. It's Strike in the Ford Escort RS2000.
Lance is captaining this small but mighty Lancia Delta Integrale.
She's an Italian beauty, Travis.
She sure is, Charlotte.
Last, and possibly least, is Steve next door in this cheeky little red Honda Civic Custom.
Steve next door. What?
It's a very Steve next door car.
I mean, it's Japanese with Japanese writing.
Travis.
What?
British people don't only drive British cars, buddy.
No kidding.
Here we go, boys. Lap 1 of 4. Don't miss our halftime show today, folks at home, and make sure you are subscribed.
Yes, we've got something epic for you today. Lance is edging out, but the rest of the pack are sticking together.
Dr. Bill is getting left behind now, Tom.
A little. Strike is getting pretty aggressive there.
Steve is taking first place, and Dr. Bill almost didn't land that jump.
First place didn't last long. Lance has swiped it back, and Strike is making his move now.
Strike is too late. Lance takes first and Steve second.
We gotta see this jump again, bro. It was a serious vertical takeoff for Dr. Bill.
That it was, Tommy boy. Things got heated in this lap between Lance and Steve.
Plenty of pressure from Strike, too.
Indeed. Let's take an early look at the scoreboard.
Lance narrowly grasped an early 2-point lead after clinging on to his pole position advantage, but does the Lancia Delta have enough power to get ahead in the rest of the tournament?
Yeah, I don't know, Travis. There's some serious competition today.
Yep.
The forensics are finally out for this deceased spectator who went on a dangerous trek for donuts.
It looks like they brought the donut trailer to her to try and revive
A
her.
heroic act that will surely go down in British history.
God save the king.
Dr. Bill, my boy, it's your time to shine.
You got this, Doc?
Let's see what the custom Maverick is really made of.
Well, Strike is tickling his bumper already, and it seems that Steve next door is ready for revenge.
Yeah, Steve is coming in hot, but both of them are dropping behind a bit.
Yeah, where are they? Oh, there they are.
Oops! That's a near fatal crash from Dr. Bill. Saved by the safety barrier.
He's still holding off the Chancers in reverse.
What a champ. He spun back round and took the win.
As the racing scene in the Grampian Mountains evolves, criminal organizations have been exploiting the situation to capitalize on sponsorship opportunities with major brands. Rumors around the Scottish Highlands suggest these dangerous gangs are sneaking in stolen, imported vehicles and fitting them with illegal performance-enhancing car parts. Apparently, XR Diecast Racing producer Joe is behind one of the largest gangs in the Highlands and leveraging his authority over the legitimate racing scene for profit.
Giovanni, why did you steal a shipping container full of cheeseburgers from one of the largest brands in the world? Are you stupid, mate?
Gee, I'm sorry, Joe. I thought you would be proud of me.
That's Big Joe to you. What the hell am I supposed to do with 30,000 frozen burgers and all those cheese bites? Well, to be honest, the cheese bites can go in my air fryer. But do you know who I am?
Yes, Big Joe. I'm sorry, mate.
Don't interrupt me, and I'm not your mate.
It won't happen again.
You bet it won't. Now go help the boys unload that escort and get out of my sight.
Lance and Dr. Bill go into the second half in joint first place, and Steve in joint second place with Strike.
Well, I hope we aren't steering into a big old tie, Charlotte.
Why? It adds to the fun, Travis.
Well, yeah, but it's more work for us.
True. Strike and his big green Ford machine take the pole position in the penultimate lap.
Let's do this thing. I'm starting to wonder if Lance is pressing the brake and the accelerator down at the same time.
Maybe he's got huge feet.
Or maybe he's just really slow. Strike, on the other hand, just flew through the chicane.
Go on, son. You got this, Strike, my man.
If Steve keeps slipping all over the show, Dr. Bill will take second.
Strike comfortably takes first place, and Steve next door just clung on to second.
Easy win. Strike cruised into victory with his eyes closed.
I hope he didn't.
He deserves one of Joe's cheese dippers for that.
What are you talking about cheese dippers, Tom? I've got no idea what you're on about, mate. Focus on the racing.
Sorry, Joe.
Can someone get Tom's home address from HR? Well, look here. We have ourselves a three-way tie with
Two-way.
just one lap to go to settle it.
I'm no good with maths, so I can't work out the likelihood of this being resolved, but if it ain't, we will be looking at fastest lap times.
Your English ain't so good either, bruv.
Are you mocking me, Charlotte?
Yes. It wasn't supposed to be subtle either.
Ouch!
Harsh.
Do you know why I've called you back in here, you blithering idiot?
You thought the stolen McDonald's container was a good idea after all.
No, you moron. Why have you been running your mouth off around the XR crew about it?
You'll be getting no cut on the next 4 jobs to make up for this nonsense.
Damn it.
Now get out of here.
Well, I'm ruddy buzzing for the final lap, and then we can reveal who will be joining the other two in the final next week.
We are off with Dr. Bill giving Strike a cheeky push. Steve hasn't gained much of a lead, and it looks like Strike is going for the overtake here. There it is.
Nice air, but terrible landing there from Strike.
Yeah, but what a recovery. Steve next door almost moved in on his position.
Almost, but not quite. Dr. Bill is taking advantage of Lance's 180 spin out.
Well, he tried. That's another win for Strike. Another good lap with a few near misses when Strike landed diagonally and Lance spun out. But we've got some top quality drivers on the track today, and these challenges were nothing they couldn't handle.
Yes, well done, folks. Strike finishes Group 2 in first place with 15 points, and Steve next door a few points behind with 11 points. Dr. Bill and Lance are in joint third place. Let's see our 4 finalists.
Hands break. Mark Skidmore. Strike and Steve next door will race in the final showdown.
Welcome back to the... Oops, sorry, I'm on the wrong
Can someone
show.
call security? That guy won't give up. Sorry about that, folks. Welcome back to XR Diecast Racing. And we are, of course, back in the Grampian Mountains for the Rally Tournament 2 final.
Yes, we are, Charlotte. And we've got not 1, not 2, but 3 insane halftime shows for you today.
We will be finding out why Giovanni and Joe's goons drove a car into this McDonald's.
And is Joe developing a problem with the stolen cheeseburgers?
Why does he have a barbecue?
We've then got a 6-car race and a 2-lap obstacle race. What more could you ask for?
Last week, Strike and Steve secured their places in today's final after a mid-event tie was resolved in the final lap.
Well, we thought we'd shake it up and kick things off with a pre-show 6-car race. Ramraid's modified Nissan Skyline is back to take on 5 other stock cars from a back starting position.
This should be interesting. That Lambo Elemento is pretty quick.
Let's do this.
Well, that was fun.
Hell yeah. Ramraid practically pushed those 2 cars around the track.
Here are our 4 finalists for the main rally event today. We will be catching up with Joe and gang at halftime and our obstacle race will be at the end.
Well, I'm freaking excited for this final, guys.
Oh, yeah. 2 Honda Civics and 2 very different Fords. This could get interesting.
Yes, it could, Tom, and we are off with the 2 Hondas out front.
Steve has the pedal to the metal, but Mark is struggling to keep up down the ski slope with Strike close behind.
Handbrake seems to be getting impatient.
Bit like you in the McDonald's line, Travis.
What?
Never mind. Steve seems to be taunting Hans after doing a handbrake turn into reverse and now spinning back round.
Hans looked pretty annoyed about that ramming him before the finish, but that's a lap win for Steve.
Not quite sure what happened around that post-finish turn there, but it looks like there was a bit of aggression going on between the 2 cars.
There's been more than a bit of aggression in this lap, Tom.
You can say that again, Charlotte.
There's been more than a bit of aggression in this lap, Tom.
Wow. Look who is getting comfortable trying to be funny, Travis.
We're obviously making her feel too welcome, Tom.
Says the 2 US expats.
Oh, she really went there.
Yeah, what the heck, Charlotte?
Don't twist my words.
Give it until the morning and the British tabloids will have you getting cancelled.
I don't think so.
Yahoo! That means I can come off the bench.
Oh,
Not a
go
chance,
away
Finn.
already.
Heck no, Finn, my man.
Oh, darn it.
Steve held down his pole position advantage, but can he keep it going through the next 4 laps? I don't know. One more lap before our halftime show where we will be finding out what's going down at Mackie D's.
Cheer up, Charlotte.
I'm fine.
We've also got the obstacle races later.
I am ruddy excited for that, to be fair, babes.
Me too, babe.
You guys are weird.
Man, I love that Escort RS 2000. What a beauty.
She's real nice, but what's with the radioactive paintwork?
It's tactical, you know.
How?
To distract other drivers.
Well, he's right in Hans Brake's rearview mirror.
In the mirror, yes, but not quite in the rear bumper.
True. Now that was a close landing, bro. It's a shame Strike spun out. He could have floored it into first.
He could have, but he didn't. Because he sucks.
Well, he's currently in a scuffle with Steve next door.
There's been a lot of violence in this final Charlotte.
Yep.
And I've got to tell you, I'm blaming all this gang activity in the Highlands.
Guys, where's Mark Skidmore?
Well, we are currently on our drone cam, Travis, and as you can see, Mark Skidmore will skid no more after he skidded out.
Is skidded even a word? Or is it scad? Or skid?
Tom, mate, your English is shocking.
Sorry, Mom.
Not okay.
Well, you just had a sneak peek at one of the huge obstacles from our obstacle race later. So stick around. Also, make sure you subscribe if you are new here. Hans Brake has a 1-point lead, and things are not looking good for Mark Skidmore at the halfway mark. No pun intended. Let's go to the halftime show.
Gang activity in the Highlands continues to escalate, with crime activity spreading around the Grampian Mountains. After Giovanni stole a shipping container full of McDonald's cheeseburgers and cheese dippers, Joe was not impressed and threatened him. But things have taken an unexpected turn, as Joe has given in to temptation and developed an addiction.
Big Joe, what do you mean the shipping container is empty? There were 30,000 cheeseburgers in there, man.
Who do you think you're talking to, Giovanni? You did this to me, and I want more now. Where did you get this container from?
Right place, right time. Or wrong place, right time. One of those...
Stop babbling and answer my question.
From the shipping yard. McDonald's have stopped exporting meat from the UK now. There will be no more shipping containers.
Well, you better find one somewhere else.
Big Joe, shouldn't we be focusing on the dodgy rally car imports and stolen car parts? That's where the money is at.
Shut your mouth, Jeremy. I run this operation and I'll tell you what we should be focusing on.
Sorry, sir.
Well, we could go rob up that McDonald's up in the Highlands by the racetrack.
Stupid idea, Giovanni. Who asked you to speak?
No, hang on. That's actually a genius idea.
What?
See, Giovanni, you aren't completely thick, are you?
No, I actually have...
Shut up. Go get the boys, take the Subaru and get it done.
Why did you drive in the front, you moron?
Trust me, I am a pro at this.
Trust you. We were supposed to sneak in the back for Pete's sake.
It's chill, Jeremy.
Don't use my frickin' real name, you idiot.
Sorry.
And where is your balaclava?
It's in the washing machine. I accidentally put it on long cycle instead of short.
You really are something, mate. Never mind. Let's grab the cheeseburgers and get out of here pronto.
Micah, stop the alarm now.
Yes, I can hear that, you idiot. Stop saying people's names.
It is lap 3 of 4. Grampian Mountains Rally Tournament 2 final. Strike's green Escort moves out into front for the second half, ready to stir up that scoreboard.
Possibly Charlotte, but Handbrake's Ford Mustang is not a threat to dismiss.
Are you sure, Travis? Because Strike is bombing it through the chicane?
That was some beautiful air and a stunning landing too. Crikey, strikey.
What a car, and what a driver.
Hands almost overtook. Dang, what a faultless drift around the turn from Steve.
Yeah, that was so hot, man.
Mark Skidmore is living up to his name at the back there, eh, fellas?
Yes, indeed, and what a terrible performance we've had from Mark. What a loser.
Strike and Hands, on the other hand, have been absolutely killing it. Incredible driving from these two.
That 180 drift from Steve was godly, though.
Heck yeah! Well, it looks like this last lap is going to be a close one between the top three here.
Mark, on the other hand, how did this guy even get to the final?
It wasn't hard. There was only one round before this, Travis Babes.
True that. Well, I'm buzzing to crown another Grampian Mountains tournament winner and for the obstacle race at the end.
Me too, my man. Wait, we've got a new obstacle.
It's all you talk about, Tom. No live ones today, though, I don't think. Producer Joe said it's bringing too much heat to the town.
Are you sure he didn't say meat?
Yes, Tom. Let's go to lap 4.
Surely Mark has to at least win his pole position lap, right?
I wouldn't count on it, Travis, bro.
Yeah, me neither. And we are off. Strike is already pushing ahead from the outside lane here.
Yes, and Hans Brake has also overtaken into second from the outside lane.
Poor Steve is stuck behind Mark at the back. Are we sure Mark's car doesn't have an engine problem?
Maybe. Nice 360 spin recovery from
My
Striker.
gosh. That is now all 3 racers that have overtaken Mark Skidmore. Mark crashed just over the finish line. What
Crazy.
a lap, man.
Well, that was a lap win for Strike. Let's see the replay.
Yes, this one is worthy of a watch. In an XR Diecast Racing first, a racer in the pole position was overtaken by all 3 other racers. Mark has lost every single lap today, and this has really given Strike the advantage in the final lap.
Here comes the crash.
What a complete and utter nutter. Let's see the final score, but don't rush off as we have the obstacle races.
Yeah, stick around and get subscribed too, folks. Strike wins this tournament just about with a 1-point lead over Hans Brake. Well done to the 2 of you. Excellent racing today.
Let's go smashing, fellas.
Excuse me.
Sorry. Habit.
It's the moment that I have been waiting for. These modified obstacle destroyers are going to smash through this gate and into this 4x4 truck. If they can make it past, they will then be trying not to knock this beautiful machine off this oil barrel and then through to the finish line. This is an obstacle challenge. This is a race.
And your mama got spaghetti all over her face.
Thanks for ruining my moment,
No
Travis.
problem. First up, we have this rapid transit bus from Hardcore Poetic Racing.
Taking on that beast is Ramraid's tournament-winning Mazda Repu.
Here we go, folks. Let's smash some stuff up.
Let's do it!